to today's live stream. I'm Dr. Rishabh Jain, your radiology faculty, and with me, Dr. Anusha, your microbiology faculty.
Hi everyone,
And
it's great, awesome to have you all on this amazing session. INICT season, Diwali season खत्म हो गया, INICT season full जोश में आ गया. And so are the two of us here to talk to you today about the last minute strategies, the last week, what to do for INICT.
yes, we'll have a Q&A towards the second part of this session. Meanwhile, if you guys are joining, still few of you are joining, then we can wait maybe. And
Yeah, I think we should wait a little.
yeah.
So, Dr. Rishabh, are you feeling the INICT flashbacks?
Yeah, I think actually this year's NEET PG was also delayed so much, no? So
हाँ.
actually it's very bad for students because now only 1 week is left for INICT and counseling is also at its peak. So
सब कुछ एक
ideally,
साथ हो रहा है.
yeah, it's very bad because this is the high time when students should spend around 10-12 hours for studying.
Study. Dedicated every day. चाहिए.
And
It
yeah,
takes
and
that much.
yeah, especially in the last 1 month at least, we
हाँ.
need to study for quite some time, and
हम्म.
counseling only takes 3-4 hours of the day.
एंड ऑल्सो
So
इट टेक्स अवे a lot of your orientation ना. एक वो जो
mm,
एग्जाम माइंडसेट जब आप कुछ भी और नहीं सोच रहे हो एंड देन यू आर डिस्ट्रैक्टेड बाय द काउंसलिंग प्रोसेस, तो थोड़ा सा ये मेंटल गेम हो जाता है. तो आई होप आवर स्टूडेंट्स आर एबल टू हैव दैट क्लैरिटी जिसमें वो मेंटली डिमार्केट कर पा रहे हैं. आई एम श्योर इट्स डिफिकल्ट. आई मीन, टॉकिंग फ्रॉम पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, आई वुड बी समवन जो अगर उस टाइम पे काउंसलिंग के बारे में शी इज थिंकिंग, तो आई विल डेडिकेट ऑल माई एनर्जी, all my thoughts. I will speak to seniors trying to take the correct decision, and when I am in the exam zone, then it's all about questions and tests and scores and everything. So I think this is a kind of a situation where students are, I mean, I'm feeling
yeah, there's
as
sort of
a,
stuck in between the two things.
having been in their shoes a while back, I'm able to realize what they must be going through. So if a few of them have joined, if you're checking Telegram, then maybe over there we can check if some of the students have joined.
Okay, it's live on Telegram also, no? Wait,
Yeah.
nobody has started it only.
चलो, तो आई थिंक हम अपना काम करते हैं.
Yes, let's start. Let's
हाँ.
because I have something to share with all of
Yeah.
you.
So the
And
students who are joining us or who will be joining us later, Dr. Rishabh has prepared a beautiful, in-depth, researched uh, presentation for you all. So I will hand it over to you, Rishabh. You can share your pearls of wisdom with the students, even if they join us later in the session, then they can definitely learn from it. So, guys, enjoy this session with Dr. Rishabh, and then I'll be back, and then we can have a one-on-one Q&A. If you have any queries, then we'll take that up. Right?
yeah, so just give me a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the last 7 days uh, INICT plan. So this is something that I think will be helpful for all of you. Just give me a quick thumbs up that I am visible and I'm audible. Hi Avani, how are you? Yeah, so let's start. I think we are good to go. So this is that's nothing fancy. I think I've talked about this in my last few videos also. And if you are someone who watches my channel, you'll find plenty of videos for the last 7 days, last 10 days revision strategy, right? So what we are going to talk today is the last 7 day study schedule, which subjects to focus on, especially in these last 7 days from INICT point of view. Important topics to cover in each subject. What should your daily study schedule look like in these last 7 days? Because as we talked earlier, now studying for 10 to 12 hours per day is of paramount importance. Whether you should solve GTs, and we'll also talk about practicing questions, right? So all of you who have joined in, please write your questions in the chat box and maybe we can take it from there. This is a brief presentation. We'll finish it around 10 minutes. So the last 7 days, today is 31st October. Now, depending upon when you see this video, the number of days left would vary, but ideally, so the exam is on 9th November, so we have 8 days left with us, right? So what should be your study schedule now? Now, I have not given medicine any date. Why? Because now in the last 7 days, if you have to focus on subjects, I don't think medicine is the one that you should focus on right now, because medicine itself gets covered in a lot of other subjects like path, pharma, something sometimes pediatrics also, part of it in PSM as well. So core medicine topics are mainly ECG, acid-base imbalance, electrolytes emergencies like MI, stroke, diabetic ketoacidosis, HHS, thyrotoxicosis, mixed edema coma, subarachnoid hemorrhage questions have been asked. Mainly emergencies, acid-base, ECG and electrolytes. Now, if you have to spend time, do spend time on ECG, because one question will definitely come from ECG, one question will definitely come from acid base, one question will definitely come from electrolytes. Others you might be able to solve based on your previous knowledge or based on other subjects knowledge as well. But ECG, acid base, electrolytes are core medicine topics which uh, will only be solved if you read medicine. Now spend more time on first, second year, because we know that first, second year, if we were to draw division, so around 60% of your questions will come from first, second profs, and only 40% of questions will come from your third and fourth prof combined. So six subjects, 60%. That's how big the weightage is in INICET for first and second year subjects. So if you were to design your last 7 or 8 days for that matter plan, I would say that start with path, and we will be covering a major and a minor subject together because only few days are left with us. Okay. Now, should you solve only theory? Should you solve theory plus Q bank? Should you solve theory plus GT? We'll talk about it in a bit. But the idea is that we're starting with major subject and a minor subject. So start with path and club it with ENT. So we're starting with a major and a minor. Now, what to read in path? So read your rapid revision notes in path and ENT, either your test and discussion or your NEET PG marathon or your INICET marathon, which will be held from tomorrow. So INICET marathon will starting from tomorrow. The video is already live. Ranjit sir has already talked about that NEET PG INICET marathon is starting from tomorrow. So first is path plus ENT. 2nd November is micro plus ophtha. Again, micro major subjects, the idea is to cover from RR, and minor subjects to cover from your marathon videos, which are free by the way. So next day, 3rd November is biochem RR plus Dharma. Then next 4th November, do your surgery, finish it from RR, and your anesthesia again from your marathon workbook. Now, 2 days I've given, sorry, one day I've given for three subjects now: pediatrics, physio, and psyche. So, psyche will read it from NEET PG marathon. That will be finished in 3 hours. So, in your 3 hours, your psyche will be done. Physio, again, I would say read from RR, and pediatrics, mainly general pediatrics and neurology, you read it from again RR. Now, ortho plus radio, again, you can watch it from NEET PG marathon. Ortho, I cover it in around 2 hours. Ortho ma'am, radio, I cover it in 2 hours. Ortho ma'am covers it in around 2 hours again. Okay, so that will take care of your minors. Now I know pediatrics and physiology together finishing is a little tough, but again, if you want, you can cover pediatrics from your marathon videos as well. Dr. Divya will be taking pediatrics INICET marathon. She'll finish entire pediatrics in 3 or 4 hours. Now, OBG is very, very important subject because around 20 questions will come from OBG. So I'll say that read OBG only from your RR. Don't focus mainly on marathon. Then PSM is very important, mainly biostats and recent updates. We can finish it from marathon as well. Pharma again is a very, very important subject. Around 15 or 18 questions will come from pharma. Do read your pharma from your rapid revision notes. Now, just a day before the exam, that is 8th, I've kept the most volatile subjects, namely anatomy and forensic. Now, anatomy, what things to focus on? Cranial nerves, histology, and embryology. These are the important topics. And cranial nerves, again, sure shot, 2, 3 questions will come. Histology, again, 2, 3 questions. Embryology, 2, 3 questions will come. And 9th is our D day. That is the day of our INICET. Okay, so this is the brief plan, what needs to be done. You can take a screenshot of this. I'll also share the PDF with the team. You can download the PDF on the Telegram channel. Now, out of these subjects, which are the most important subjects? The most important subjects are these: Path, Pharma, Micro, Anat, PSM, OBG, Biochem, FMT, and Surgery. And surgery were mainly focused on trauma, breast, general surgery, and burns. Uh, Urology, very few questions are asked. GI surgery mainly focus on hepatobiliary, and most of the questions come from trauma, general surgery, and breasts, right? So these are the nine subjects that you have to focus on. They will constitute around 140 questions. These nine subjects will have 140 questions. So do revise them before the exam, even if you're not able to revise the entire 19 subjects. Ideally, you should revise the entire 19 subjects. But if you're not able to, these nine subjects will have around 140 questions. So revising them is of paramount importance. Now, what to read? RRB है, main videos भी है, TND भी है, INICET marathon भी है. So first decide which is your strong subject and which is your weak subject. Now for strong subject, already your base is good. So you need a quick brush up. So for strong subject, either your test and discussion PDF works or your INICET marathon works. But for weak subjects, do revise your rapid revision notes and specially revise rapid revision for these four subjects: obs, gynae, forensic, pharma, and surgery. Okay. Now, which questions to do now? Only bookmarked PYQs of NEET PG and INICET of last 5 years. Only PYQs. Now, if we come to minor subjects like anesthesia, radio, psych, ENT, and a major subject pediatrics to semi-major subject, you can rely only on INICET marathon. No need to go on for rapid revision notes. That will help you finish these. At least you can finish these four subjects in a day, minor subjects in a day, and pediatrics maybe around 4 hours. Next day, half of the day. Now, how to read? Because a lot of time students are actively recalling, and that takes up a lot of time. So I would suggest that no active recall at this point of time. Why? Because you want to cover as much syllabus as possible now. रिटेंशन ऑलरेडी हो गई है, अभी हमें बस फ्रेश रखना है अपनी मेमोरी में ताकि एग्जाम टाइम में थोड़ा उल्टी कर पाए. दैट इज द होल आइडिया. डू पैसिव रीडिंग, even flipping off pages, just reading the lines of your RR notes so that everything is fresh in your memory. Okay. Now, how should your daily schedule look like? Let me come back to it in a bit. Now, how whether to give GTs or not, in my opinion, this is not the time to give grand test. Why? Because अब हो गया जो होना था ना. ग्रैंड टेस्ट दे के अब कोई और रैंक इंप्रूव नहीं होने वाली है. अभी क्या है, अभी नेक्स्ट ग्रैंड टेस्ट हमारा INICET ही है. दैट इज द ग्रैंड टेस्ट दैट वी गोना गिव. नो मोर ग्रैंड टेस्ट. Follow this schedule. Try to revise as much theory as possible. Now, how should your daily schedule look like? Now, since the exam is going to be on morning shift, we want to be most aware, most active during our morning time. So wake up early at around 8, 8:30. At 9 to 10 a.m., the first thing that you do, try to solve the bookmarked PYQs. Okay, let me zoom it a little bit. Try to solve the bookmarked PYQs first. So 1 hour of bookmarked PYQs हम solve कर रहे हैं. Then a 3 hour study session. This is very, very important because we have to build a habit of sitting continuously for 3 hours. Okay, no Pomodoro technique now, no 90-minute session. A first sitting has to be a 3 hour study session, a 3 hour morning long study session because we want to prepare ourselves for the main exam. So we have done 3 hours of theory study, and 3 hours of theory study, you can finish pediatrics. 3 hours of theory study, you can finish radio plus anesthesia if you watch it at 2x on INICET marathon. Then 1 to 2 p.m. you have your lunch, relax a little bit. Again 2 to 4 p.m. theory, half an hour break from 4 to 4:30. 4:30 to 6:30 again theory, and then half an hour break again, and then a 2 hour study session for theory. Now at 9 we take our lunch dinner, and after dinner, since we have done with around 3, 4 sessions of theory now, we're gonna solve bookmark PYQs again. Okay. So 10 to 12 a.m. at night before sleeping, let's again solve bookmark PYQs. And so total we have studying for 12 hours daily, 9 hours theory and 3 hours PYQ. So this should be your study schedule for the next 1 week at least, and try to follow it. I'm sure it will help you score maximum in your INICET. So that is all from my side. This was a short presentation. We'll take your questions now. Okay. Just try to finish as much as you can in the last 7 days, because the aim is not to solve more questions now. उसका time हो गया है, ठीक है? Now we mainly want to focus upon revising theory and making sure that everything is fresh in our memory. Right? So
Yeah.
now,
So
uh,
correctly. So we are also getting a comment on the same lines that solving PYQ and reading explanation, is that a good idea right now? So
no.
no, yeah, I think it is a time to passively keep flipping through the theory, like you've also said, and I would also like to echo the same thing. So the students who have joined us now, this is not the time to give any kind of tests or to solve specific PYQs, because we have also noticed at this is, I think, across exams, that previous year topic heavy exams are being made now. So that topic needs to be covered, because exact question is not going to be asked in the exam. So focusing on the more than focusing on the questions, it is just time to not underestimate the power of passive absorption.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you keep flipping through and looking at images and looking at that particular segment of your notes, it plays a huge role in remembering the fact or those factoids at that point when you are trying to solve the question. This I feel is what helps the students a lot. So to answer one of the questions, I think Dr. Rishabh also agrees with this, that this is not the time for solving PYQs or taking tests. This is really the time to just revise the theory that you have already covered. Any other questions that we might be getting, so we can take up right now, and then I will share the few things that I want to share. If you can see any questions, Dr. Rishabh, then you can take up.
Nothing related to INICT as
Yeah,
such.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like you also said that micro is one of the important subjects. So, my thing is, I mean, I'm sure a lot of the students, they do take up microbiology seriously if they are taking up the preparation seriously. If you're somebody whose micro is a weak subject and I had to give you five topics, I mean, it's not fair to give five topics for an exam like INICT, but if I had to give you just five topics, then please go through images of mycology and special bacteriology, all the special cultures of bacteriology, any special tests, especially on the culture media, colony characteristics, and special agar medium, which is used for all the special bacteria. They can constitute direct questions, and they can constitute they can be a good bet for you. All the vectors of diseases, mosquitoes, ticks, sandfly, this and that. Vaccines. Please look at the vaccines, especially the vaccines required for travel, which seems to be a favorite of the faculty at AIMS. So, predicting on that lines. So, vaccines, vectors, images, especially of mycology, the microscopy images of fungi under various stains, and special culture media. And the last thing would be sterilization, disinfection. That is like a non-negotiable thing. Even biomedical waste. PSM and micro gets overlapped over there, and then those questions are asked. So, like you have also said, if you've done micro, a lot of your derma gets covered. If you've done derma, a lot of the micro gets covered, because mostly, especially pertaining to mycology, they like to ask questions from skin and soft tissue. So, having said that, it's not fair to just predict five questions, but if you're completely feeling at a loss and you would like to get a kickstart in your preparation, then do kickstart with these five topics. These are some non-negotiable must-know topics जो बहुत favorably, repeatedly are asked.
So I'll take one question. I think this is a very general question, which I think all of your students must be facing. So anxiety is really peaking up. I
Hmm.
can't recall. Yeah, it's very natural that you are feeling anxious. I remember during the last few days of my preparation, I used to uh, go very sad. मतलब मुंह लटका हुआ होता था जब मेस तक जा रहे होते थे ना एग्जाम के लिए एंड सीनियर्स यूज्ड टू आस्क मी कि भाई सब ठीक है किया मतलब इतना उदास क्यों है मैंने कहा कोई बात
Yeah.
नहीं हो जाएगा सब ठीक एग्जाम होने दो उसके बाद ठीक हो जाऊंगा मैं भी right so it is the time that you will feel lost, it is the time that you will feel कि I can't remember anything, but believe me when that question pops up in the screen you get a gut feeling कि ये तो पढ़ाया हुआ है ये देखा हुआ है इसका ये आंसर है ठीक है, it is as simple as that. आपकी प्रिपरेशन कभी भी ऐसे नहीं होने वाली नीट पीजी या एनआईसीटी की भाई अब आई एम रेडी, नो।
नेवर।
preparing for NEET PG is tougher than getting rank 1 in NEET PG. ठीक है? If you think that you can prepare the entire syllabus, that is never gonna happen. Okay, I'm telling you, getting a rank 1 is easy than preparing the entire syllabus of
हम्म।
MBBS. So you will feel anxious. It is very normal to feel anxious. Just make sure that you're not missing out on any single day without not studying,
हम्म।
because that will be a bigger sin देन यू थिंकिंग दैट मुझे कुछ याद नहीं है। वो आ जाएगा, रिकॉल हो जाएगा, हमारे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में सब होता है।
अभी आई थिंक एट दिस पॉइंट उसको एकदम फालतू बात समझ के दिमाग से निकालना इज गोइंग टू बी बेटर। ये टाइम ही नहीं है ये सोचने का कि तुम्हें आता है या नहीं आता है। इट डज नॉट मैटर। ठीक है, नहीं आता है, लेट इट गो, छोड़ दो। सिर्फ पढ़ते रहो, सिर्फ पढ़ते रहो, सिर्फ देखते रहो, देखते रहो, फ्लिप करते रहो, अपना थ्योरी
मतलब जो
देखते रहो।
मैंने
आई नो इजियर सेड देन डन, but my approach has been कि ये this is obviously the most natural emotion of most students to feel anxious and to feel lesser and to feel कि मुझे नहीं आता and the other, and at that time ना every person walking around seems much more intelligent than me, much more prepared than me। वो भी नहीं है, वो भी anxious है, वो भी परेशान है, उसको भी ऐसा लग रहा है कि उसको कुछ नहीं आता। बट मुझे उस टाइम ऐसा लगता है कि इस रूम में लाइब्रेरी में जितने भी लोग बैठे हैं सबसे ज्यादा डम्ब मैं ही हूँ, सबसे ज्यादा फॉरगेटफुल मैं ही हूँ, सबसे ज्यादा इल प्रिपेयर्ड मैं ही हूँ। तो ठीक है, हो तुम, कोई बात नहीं, ये टाइम ही नहीं है ये सोचने का कि तुम इंटेलिजेंट हो या नहीं हो, तुम्हें याद है या नहीं है। कुछ भी नहीं करना है, सिर्फ दिमाग को शटअप बोल के बस अपना रिवाइज करते जाना। एंड लाइक ऋषभ राइटली साइड, उस टाइम पे कुछ तो मैजिक होता है एंड सडनली योर ब्रेन स्टार्ट्स recapturing all the moments। तभी like you also said and like I've also said कि flipping through theory becomes important at this time so that you can help your brain
या
in bringing on that superpower in that moment। कि अगर वो ब्रेन को ऐसे कभी कभी होता है ना कि वो पेज याद आ जाता है, वो कॉर्नर याद आ जाता है, वो लाइन याद आ जाती है, वो वर्ड नहीं स्ट्राइक कर रहा होता, उस मोमेंट को प्रिवेंट करने के लिए देख लो उस वर्ड को एक बार इस समय। तो बजाय कि ये सोचने की कि मुझे कितना रिटेन हो रहा है, या इस टाइम खुद को असेस करने बैठोगे तो सिर्फ डिप्रेशन होगा, ओनली एंजाइटी विल कम थ्रू। अगर इस टाइम पे यू स्टार्ट असेसिंग योर इंटेलिजेंस और योर रिटेंशन पावर एट दिस मोमेंट, सिंपली जस्ट टू हेल्प योर ब्रेन अनलीश दैट सुपर पावर इन दैट मोमेंट, उस पैराग्राफ को, उस लाइन को अभी बस देख लो एक बार फ्लिप करके। एंड डॉक्टर ऋषभ हैज रियली हेल्प्ड यू गिविंग यू अ कंप्लीट मैप कि कब कौन सा सब्जेक्ट पढ़ना है एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट्स। सो आई थिंक you've got this, you've got this।
तो एनी अदर
Any
क्वेश्चन?
other? हाँ, कुछ एंजाइटी, एंजाइटी, देखो एंजाइटी से ही करना है,
तो
एंजाइटी में ही
मतलब
करना है।
हाउ आई यूज टू डू दिस एंड हाउ आई यूज टू टैकल इट कि
हाँ,
मैं ज़्यादा सोचता नहीं था कि मुझे याद हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है। एक टारगेट
एग्जैक्टली।
था कि 3 घंटे में एनेस्थीसिया रीड करनी है। अब क्या पढ़ना है उसका ऑलरेडी मैटर था कि ये रैपिड रिवीजन नोट्स हैं या मेरे अपने नोट्स हैं, बस तो उसको बस एक बार रीड करना है। अब इसके एमसीक्यू सॉल्व भी नहीं करना, कुछ मत करो। अगर एमसीक्यू सॉल्व ही नहीं करना, बिल्कुल मत करो। मैं बोल रहा हूँ बुक मार्क पीवाईक्यूज भी मत करो, कुछ मत करो, बस थ्योरी पढ़ लो। 8 दिन बीत जाएंगे थ्योरी पढ़ पढ़ के, कुछ नहीं याद होने वाला, एग्जाम में सब याद आ जाएगा।
आई थिंक द रीजन दैट वी टास्क देम टू नॉट सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस एट दिस पॉइंट इज क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, जब हम एमसीक्यू लगाते हैं और अगर नहीं लगा
हम्म।
तो फिर बहुत डिप्रेशन होती है।
हाँ, वही लगता है कि जो पढ़ रहे हैं वो गलत है।
वो गलत पढ़ रहे, तो वो उसमें वो ट्रैप में ही नहीं जाना है इस समय। दिस इज नॉट
या
द टाइम, दिस इज जस्ट द टाइम टू रिवाइज 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 रिवाइज।
ओके,
सिर्फ
सो एक क्वेश्चन आया, सर स्टक एट 120 करेक्ट, काइंडली एडवाइस व्हाट टू डू। सो इफ यू आर स्टक एट एनी जीटी स्कोर फॉर दैट मैटर, बी इफ यू आर स्टक एट 125, 130, 135, 110, whatever, it doesn't matter. Now you can't change it. So giving more GTs is out, solving more questions is out, solving PYQs is out. Now you already know what problem you are facing. Most of you are doing silly mistakes. जिन लोगों ने 2-3 बार सब पढ़ रखा है, अभी भी if they're stuck at 120, they are doing silly mistakes. So again, solving these, so reading everything in the last 10 days becomes of paramount importance, because that will reduce your chances of doing silly mistakes. वो जो दो ऑप्शंस रूल आउट हो जाते हैं, दो ऑप्शंस रह जाते हैं, उसमें से क्या सही है क्या गलत हो रहा है, उसका कॉन्फिडेंस तभी आता है जब चीजें जल्दी रिकॉल हो जाती हैं। रिकॉल तभी होता है व्हेन यू हैव रेड देम फ्रेशली इन द लास्ट 7 days. सो इफ यू स्टक एट 120, जस्ट रिवाइज द एंटायर सिलेबस इन द लास्ट 7 days.
आई थिंक एक चीज है कि जीटी स्कोर बढ़ाना तो अभी टारगेट नहीं है ना।
हम्म।
तो वो जिस भी स्कोर पे स्टक हो, दैट इज इररेलेवेंट, दैट इज ऑफ नो रेलेवेंस एनी मोर, क्योंकि अब एग्जाम जस्ट आ गया। जीटी देना होता है जब तुम प्रिपरेशन के दौर में हो, सो दैट यू कैन असेस कि तुम्हारी प्रिपरेशन राइट डायरेक्शन में जा रही है या नहीं। अभी तो प्रिपरेशन हो चुकी है, अभी लास्ट मोमेंट में उस प्रिपरेशन को रिफ्रेश्ड रखने की ही बात हो रही है सिर्फ। बिकॉज जीटी स्कोर बढ़ाने के चक्कर में अगर आप पढ़ा हुआ रिवाइज नहीं कर पाओ, दैट इज द सैडेस्ट थिंग यू कैन डू टू योर सेल्फ। कि पढ़ा और रिवाइज नहीं करा इसलिए एग्जाम में स्ट्राइक नहीं किया, मतलब ये तो अपने पैर पे ही दो स्टेप पीछे जाने वाली बात हो जाएगी। तो हमें ऐसे किसी ट्रैप में भी जाना नहीं है, हमें सिर्फ आगे आगे फोकस देखना है। जो जीटी था चला गया, पुरानी बात है। जो स्कोर था चला गया, पुरानी बात है। वो स्कोर नहीं ट्रांसलेट होने वाला फाइनल एग्जाम वाले दिन, बिल्कुल एब्सोल्युटली नहीं होने वाला। दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अ कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट बॉल गेम दैट डे। उस दिन आपका कॉन्फिडेंस, उस दिन आपका मेंटल स्टेटस, सिर्फ वही अभी इंपॉर्टेंट रह जाता है। तो जीटी स्कोर इररेलेवेंट हो चुका है। सॉल्विंग एमसीक्यूज कितने लगा पा रहे हो, कितने टाइम में, सब इररेलेवेंट हो चुका है। एंड आई थिंक आई वुड लाइक यू टू रिपीट डॉक्टर ऋषभ व्हाट यू सेड। मुझे बहुत वो एकदम करेक्ट बात लगी। ये तो स्कूल टाइम से ही हम करते आते हैं और फिर भूल जाते हैं, क्योंकि 5-6 साल एमबीबीएस में बहुत डिफरेंट जोन में चले जाते हैं। कि जिस टाइम पीरियड ऑफ द डे में एग्जाम होना है, उस पे जागने की और मैक्सिमम अटेंटिव होने की आदत बनो। जैसे आई एम अ नाइट आउल, मैं हमेशा से रात रात में पढ़ती हूँ। ऑल प्रॉफ एग्जाम्स मैंने रात में पढ़े, बट अगर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम सुबह होना है, 9 से 1,
चेंज करना है, वो चेंज करना है टाइम।
हाँ, और उस पीरियड में आपको नींद आ रही है,
हम्म।
सो वो इस टाइम पे आई थिंक दिस इज द करेक्ट टाइम। द लास्ट 10 days,
या
1 week इज द करेक्ट टाइम कि आप अपनी बायोलॉजिकल क्लॉक को भी दोबारा से सेट करो, क्योंकि बहुत सारा गेम ना मसल मेमोरी का है, बिकॉज इट इज अ टाइम बाउंड एग्जाम। तो अपनी बॉडी को, पुट योर बॉडी इन दैट जोन, इन दैट पीरियड ऑफ बीइंग अटेंटिव। अभी इन सब चीजों पे ध्यान देना है। अभी प्रिपरेशन हो गया, अभी बस ये हो रहा है ना कि राउंडिंग द कॉर्नर्स वाली बात हो रही है। वी जस्ट ट्राइंग टू इम्प्रूव ऑन द एग्जिस्टिंग तैयारी जो हो चुकी है। सो
ओके, सो
कोई,
एनी अदर क्वेरी?
हाँ, कोई क्वेश्चंस है तो ले लेंगे, अदरवाइज
वी कैन वाइंड अप द सेशन आल्सो।
हाँ, काफी सारा इंफॉर्मेशन हम दे चुके हैं। जो कॉमन चीजें हैं वो हो चुकी हैं, हमने अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस भी शेयर कर दिए हैं। आई थिंक बॉटम लाइन यही है कि अब सिर्फ आंख बंद करके, वो वैसे ब्लाइंडर्स होते हैं ना घोड़े वाले, ब्लाइंडर्स लगा के सिर्फ पढ़ते ही रहो, पढ़ते ही रहो, पढ़ते ही रहो, पढ़ते ही रहो। कोई कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा कितना रिटेन हो रहा है, नहीं सोचना। कितना आउटकम आ रहा है, नहीं सोचना। बस अपनी बॉडी को ट्रेन करना है पढ़ते रहने के लिए, ताकि वो आपका रिकॉल हो जाए उस टाइम पे। दैट इज व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। आई थिंक प्यारा सा छोटा सा सेशन।
Let's call it a day then. I
या
think
लेट्स कॉल इट अ डे।
uh, let's not waste a lot of time for students. I think
They
सात
should
आठ दिन ही
focus on the
बचे।
marathons now, because we
या
are coming up with the marathons. We have the whole week lined up for amazing marathons. वो एक बड़ा excellent way of passively revising everything that we have done ना, कि बैठ के आप देख लो एंड आपको रिवाइज होता चला जाता है। एंड उसमें बड़े सारे ट्रिक्स होते हैं, एंड आपने ऑलरेडी कवर कर ही दिया है कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स को मैराथन से। आई कंप्लीटली अग्री विद दोज पॉइंट्स दैट यू हैव मेड। तो ठीक है, रैप अप करते हैं। अगर एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस देयर आर, देन ऑफ कोर्स द टेलीग्राम ग्रुप इज ऑलवेज देयर, एंड they can be answered over there. Thank you, Rishabh, so much for your
Thank you,
wisdomous
Anusha, for
session.
joining in. Yeah. And if you guys have any query, by the way, you can put it in the comment section as well, or you can DM me personally on Instagram or my email ID. I've shared it on my Insta profile as well. You can follow me there. Right. So, with that, we'll call it a day. And
Yeah,
all the very best for your INICET. We hope to see you in the INICET marathon that will be starting from tomorrow. It's free for all of you on YouTube on the PW MedEd NEET PG channel, and all the very best for the upcoming exam.
ऑल द बेस्ट गाइस। बिल्कुल डरना नहीं है, बस सोचना ही नहीं है, बस कर जाना है और हो जाएगा। ट्रस्ट मी, हो जाएगा। ऑल द बेस्ट गाइस। जल्दी से मिलते हैं मैराथन में। सी यू सून। And like I always tell my students, the only and only trick is to stay in the game. तो अभी बस just stay in the game, इतना ही करना है कि ट्रैक नहीं छोड़ना अपना, पढ़ते रहना है और बस गेम में बने रहना है, जीतना वीतना अभी कुछ नहीं सोचना इस समय. सो ऑल द बेस्ट, स्टे काम, स्टे फोकस, डू वेल, सी यू वेरी सून इन द मैराथन सेशन. मिलके एकदम से खत्म कर देंगे सारा माइक्रो, अ बिग चंक विल बी कंप्लीटेड एंड आई एम श्योर यू विल फील अ लॉट मोर कॉन्फिडेंट आफ्टर दैट. So signing off, Dr. Rishabh and all the lovely students. All the best for exams. See you soon.
All the best, guys. All the very best. I'll see you guys in the INICET marathon and also in the INICET